Who is the archaeologist? Who is the archaeologist? Well, I feel a bit odd about this question. The archaeologist, like, who is this person that takes this gig? I would say first and foremost, to be an archaeologist, or who is this archaeologist, it's somebody who has an advanced degree. That is kind of step one in what you need to be an archaeologist. Now, I would say that you need a bachelor's degree just to play the game, just to kind of get in and be on a crew and that kind of stuff. But to really make a career in archaeology, you need an advanced degree. And by that, I mean a master's degree or a PhD. Notice I say or. Both of them have their strengths and weaknesses, honestly. Do not discount a master's and think for some reason a PhD is like better every time. It's not. They're a bit apples and oranges. They angle you towards a bit different jobs. That aspect I'll expand on when I talk about college another time. But step one in sort of who is this archaeology person, they are an academic, or at least they have a solid academic portion to their personality, right? This is who this person is. Now, and also in terms of the who, this is of course going to be somebody who can deal in often extreme situations, who can laugh it off. You know, this is somebody who must have tenacity, who must stick with it. You know, this is somebody who will stay with a tough thing and sort of see it through. This is of course somebody who's interested in the past, who finds it cool that you can reconstruct the past through artifacts. You know, and often somebody who is good at travel. Doesn't have to be. Some people can do archaeology very locally or work in a museum and this kind of thing, but it only helps to know how to pack a backpack. Now, there are a couple other things that an archaeologist is going to focus on to sort of make it in a career. And I would say we will ultimately focus on an area, a time, an artifact, and a skill. At least that's how I like to think of it as. Area, time, artifact, skill. So as an archaeologist, first you focus on an area of the world. In my case, that's the Maya world. That's Belize. That's Central America. That's my main focus, although I have others. Second, you will tend to focus down on a time period in that area. For myself, it's the Classic period, or Late Classic, or Terminal Classic period of the ancient Maya. Then you have an artifact. What I mean by that is one type of artifact you'll get good at. You know, you'll kind of focus on and get a real skill for identifying them and knowing them, this kind of thing. Really, those artifacts in a very short list would be stone tools, pottery, and bones. There are many others. Those are the main ones. I would say for myself, I'm pretty good at stone tools, passable at ceramics, and I'm pretty bad at bones. And again, it just depends on how your career goes, what you need to know. And then finally, a skill set. And by skill set, I mean, are you good at survey and mapping? Do you do excavation? Do you do more of the artifacts and lab work? That kind of thing. For myself, I am a surveyor more than anything else. I survey and map in sites. That's my specialty. The others I can do just fine, but the surveying is really where I kind of shine. And so you have to be honest with yourself over time as an archaeologist, and you focus in these areas, and usually you'll have kind of a second focus too. Like, while I'm a Maya archaeologist first and foremost, I also have a lot of experience in California, specifically Southern California. So I can work in that world as well, right? And then in Southern California, I have its own timeline, right? Late period, which is about 1,000 years ago. As I said before, artifact-wise, in Southern California there aren't really any ceramics at all. So I focus some on like shell, because it's used for a lot of shell beads, this kind of stuff. And then finally, skill set. I pretty much do mapping everywhere, and that includes kind of GPS and all of this. That doesn't mean that you dig some, but you kind of map first, dig later. So there you go. That's who an archaeologist is.